Your anxiety isn't a disorder, it's your body telling you to leave, and you're medicating the alarm instead of listening to it. Anxiety. The diagnosis of our age, everyone's got it. Generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety, performance anxiety, anxiety about having anxiety. We've pathologized a normal human response and convinced you that you're broken. You're not broken. Your nervous system is working exactly as designed. The problem isn't your anxiety, it's what you're anxious about. And instead of asking why your body is screaming at you, you're asking your doctor to make it stop. Prescribe something. Anything. Just make this feeling go away so I can keep doing the thing that's causing it. That's not treatment. That's suppression. You're silencing the alarm whilst the building burns, and calling it mental health care. Now let's be clear. Clinical anxiety exists. Generalized anxiety disorder is real. Panic disorder is real. If your anxiety is constant, pervasive, disconnected from any actual threat, and it's been that way for years, regardless of circumstances, you might have a neurochemical issue that needs professional treatment. This isn't about that. This is about the rest of you, the ones who developed anxiety when you started that job, when you moved in with that partner, when you took on that responsibility you didn't want, the ones whose anxiety spikes in specific situations with specific people doing specific things. That's not a disorder, that's information, and you're ignoring it. Because your body knows before your brain does. Your body knows that job is destroying you, that relationship is toxic, that living situation is unsustainable, that commitment is wrong. Your body knows, and it's telling you, through anxiety. And instead of listening, you're trying to make it shut up, so you can keep doing the thing that's killing you, because leaving is hard, and staying on antidepressants is easier. One wise soul wrote thousands of years ago that we're disturbed not by things but by our view of them, but sometimes we're disturbed by things, by actual threats, by environments that are genuinely harmful, by people who are actually dangerous, and your body's job is to tell you that. Through anxiety, through that sick feeling in your stomach, through that tightness in your chest, through that overwhelming sense that something is wrong, because something is wrong, your body is trying to protect you, and you're treating the protection like it's the problem. But it's not the problem. The problem is the thing you're anxious about, the job that demands 60 hours a week, the partner who makes you walk on eggshells, the family that drains you every time you visit, the city that doesn't feel like home, the life you're living that doesn't actually sort of fit you. That's the problem. The anxiety is just the messenger, and you're shooting the messenger whilst ignoring the message. Here's what your doctor won't tell you, because they can't, because the system doesn't work this way, but your anxiety might not need medication. It might need you to quit your job, leave your relationship, move cities, set boundaries with your family, make a change so significant that your entire life looks different. But that's hard, that's terrifying, that's uncertain, so instead you take the pills, you do the breathing exercises, you practice mindfulness, you journal, you meditate, you do everything except the one thing that would actually help. Leave. Because leaving means admitting you made a mistake, admitting you chose wrong, admitting you stayed too long, admitting you ignored every warning sign because you were too scared or too stubborn or too invested to walk away. And that's embarrassing. So you stay, and you medicate, and you wonder why the anxiety never really goes away, why it dulls but never disappears, why you still wake up with dread, why you still have that sick feeling, why you still feel like something's wrong. Because something is wrong, and your body hasn't stopped trying to tell you, it's just quieter now, muffled by medication, but still there, still screaming, just quieter. Another philosopher said that anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. The vertigo you feel when you realize you have choices, that you could leave, that you could change everything, that nothing is actually trapping you here except your own fear. And that is terrifying, because if you're free to leave, then staying is a choice. And if staying is making you anxious, then you're choosing anxiety. you're choosing the thing that's destroying you, not because you're weak, but because leaving feels more dangerous than staying, even when staying is killing you. So let's talk about the difference between clinical anxiety and situational anxiety, because they're not the same, and treating them the same is why you're still anxious 5 years and 3 medications later. Clinical anxiety is pervasive. It's there when you wake up and when you go to sleep. It's there on holiday and at home. It's there with safe people and alone. It doesn't matter what you're doing or where you are or who you're with. The anxiety is constant. That's neurochemical. That needs treatment. Situational anxiety is specific. It appears in certain contexts, with certain people, doing certain things, and it goes away when those contexts change. When you're away from that job, you feel better. When you're not with that person, you relax. When you leave that environment, the anxiety lifts. That's not a disorder. That's your body telling you the situation is dangerous. And it's right. The situation is dangerous. Not physically dangerous, maybe, but psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. The situation is harming you, and your body knows it. And it's trying to get you out through anxiety, through that overwhelming urge to run, through panic attacks that happen right before you have to go to that place, or see that person, or do that thing. That's not your body malfunctioning. That's your body functioning exactly as designed. It's trying to save you, and you're ignoring it, overriding it, medicating it into submission so you can keep going back to the thing that's destroying you. And doctors can't tell you this, because their job is to treat symptoms, not dismantle your life. Their job is to help you function in the life you have, not tell you to burn it down and start over. So they prescribe, and you take, and you both pretend that's solving the problem. But it's not, because the problem isn't your brain chemistry, the problem is your circumstances, and chemistry can't fix circumstances. Here's the question you need to ask. When did the anxiety start? Not when did you notice it? When did it start? Was it when you took that job, started that relationship, moved to that place, took on that responsibility? If your anxiety has a start date that coincides with a life change, it's not a disorder. It's a response. A completely normal response to an abnormal situation, to a situation that doesn't work for you, to a situation your body knows is wrong, even if your brain is still trying to convince you to stay. And the solution isn't medication. The solution is leaving, changing the situation, getting out of the environment that's triggering the response. But you won't, because leaving is scary, and staying on medication is less scary, even though staying is destroying you, even though you're anxious every single day, even though you can't remember the last time you felt genuinely okay. You stay, because the devil you know feels safer than the devil you don't, even when the devil you know is eating you alive. One philosopher said that the obstacle is the way, that what stands in your way becomes the way. Your anxiety isn't the obstacle. Your anxiety is the way. It's pointing you toward the exit. It's showing you what needs to change. It's trying to guide you out. And you're treating it like it's the problem, like it's the obstacle, when it's actually the solution, the GPS trying to reroute you away from danger, and you're ignoring it because the route it's suggesting is hard. But hard isn't the same as wrong, and easy isn't the same as right. Staying is easy. Staying is familiar. Staying is what everyone expects, but staying is also what's destroying you, and your body knows it. So it keeps trying, keeps sending signals, keeps making you anxious, not to torture you, to save you, because it knows what your brain refuses to accept, that you're in danger, that the situation is harmful, that you need to leave. And one day, if you ignore it long enough, your body will stop asking. It'll stop sending anxiety. It'll just shut down. Depression, burnout, chronic illness, whatever you want to call it, your body will stop trying to get you to leave and start trying to just survive. And that's when it gets really bad. Because anxiety is your body still fighting, still trying, still believing you might listen. Depression is your body giving up, accepting that you're staying, accepting that this is your life now, and conserving energy accordingly. You don't want to get there. You want to listen now, whilst your body is still fighting, whilst the alarm is still ringing, whilst you still have the energy to leave. So listen. Ask yourself what you're actually anxious about, not what your therapist says, not what the medication is treating. What are you actually anxious about? What situation? What person? What commitment? What environment? And then ask yourself the harder question. What would have to change for the anxiety to go away? Not what coping mechanism would help you tolerate it. What actual change would eliminate it? And if the answer is leaving, then leave, not eventually, not when you're ready, not when you've saved enough or found something better or gotten strong enough to handle it. Now, leave now, before your body stops fighting and starts just surviving, before situational anxiety becomes clinical depression, before the alarm you've been ignoring for years stops ringing because you've broken it. Your anxiety isn't a disorder, it's your body telling you to leave, and the longer you ignore it, the louder it has to scream. So tell me, what is your anxiety actually trying to get you to leave? Comment below. Be specific. Your body already knows the answer. Overthinking department, where we listen to the alarm, not silence it. Open 24/7.